So you got the lyrics, right?
You got the lyrics.
Got the guitar.
The guitar would break your heart.
The guy who's writing it is the bass player, and basically their rivalry, Roger Waters and David Gilmour never got along. They couldn't stand each other, but that's what fed the band. They were competing with each other. Oh, you think the bass line to Money is going to be what steals the show? Wait till you see what I go cook up in the room. I'm going to go write the guitar solo, you son of a bitch. Right? So this competition, this healthy competition, made it so that they're literally trying to steal the show. He writes Comfortably Numb. Gilmour is like, well, I'll go write the guitar solo then. They did those things separately, like sort of together, but really separately. Gilmour would go off and do whatever and figure that out. So you got the lyrics, you got the guitar, you got the bass, drums, whatever, sure, they got a drummer, written by the bass player. But another crazy fun fact is they were the first band to ever apply colors or decorate a stage. It used to just be a black curtain. That was it. There wasn't no inflatables, lasers, colors. There was no screens. No band was showing anything behind them. That wasn't a thing. It was listen to the music, watch us play. So you when you factor in everything, and to this day, and not only back in the late 70s and 80s were they spending more money than everybody else to put on a big production, but to this day, I got to go see Roger Waters at the Staples Center this most recent time with my friend Tal Wilkenfeld. Amazing bass player, one of the best in the world. And she loves comedy. Her and I made friends, and she's in deep with everyone in music. Everyone looks up to her. It turns out at the end of the show, Roger Waters, we were in the green room with everybody that's in the band and everything, but Roger's not there. He has his own separate green room with like chocolate fountains and everything, like stuff you just dream of, like stuff you hear in imagine made up stories. And but the point is we were so in that she ended up running into the guy, in the middle of the big Staples Center that like runs everything. Cause like, he's like, hey, Tall. And she's like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I listened to them, and he was telling her, like, you see that up there? That's an extra, whatever it was, 15 million in speakers that they brought in, that they just have hanging from the top of the Staples Center, like extra super crazy sound that even, she didn't know about. It was like inside information, basically. Like they still to this day are pushing it to blow people's minds away to shreds.
Well, that was the problem why they didn't tour the wall. They did the 6 dates in Philly or in New York, and they did the other 6 dates in because the production was too expensive. They weren't, I paid $15 for those tickets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think the top ticket was $28, maybe $25. So they broke even on those shows. I read somewhere where they basically broke even. They couldn't tour that. It was... First off, if you watch everything made, there was a couple bands between, I say, 69 to 80, before cocaine took over this great country of ours. Everything was pretty much, every band, if you watch the videos and all that shit, even Woodstock, it's made because they assume that you're tripping. Mm-hmm. If you watch The Song Remains the Same, there's colors in there. There's sketches of him climbing up the wall and touching Aleister Crowley, and then the guitars and the fucking lights. They made shit to fuck with you. When you listen to Pink Floyd and you're on acid, is where you see the brilliance. You hear that heartbeat throughout their songs. It matches up with your heartbeat. Yeah. All their music has a heartbeat to it, a rhythm, and it matches up with your rhythm. And deep into the trip, you'll realize you're breathing. It's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. And I see what you're talking about even with The Wizard of Oz, because way before The Wizard of Oz, like when my mom died, my mom died November 8th. The Wall came out a couple of weeks after that. And one of the best songs in The Wall is Mother. Mm-hmm. It's a great fucking song.
Unbelievable.
And here I am at parties, and the album would play, and I'd have to listen to this fucking song. And it was like, Jesus Christ, it was a beautiful jam.
I mean, I think it hits everybody at 1,000 miles.
Oh my God, it just throws your fucking feet off, Yeah. But by the time I went to see The Wall, I was already convinced that David Gilmour was up there. But I'm fucking 56 years old. I went to see this concert when I was 17, okay? What do I remember from this night? I remember the lead up. Tony Hinchcliffe, the lead up was one of the best things ever, because The Wall came out, Tickets went on sale, and the countdown began. And in those days, it was like, Lee, I know what we've been doing lately, but we're going to kick it up for this concert. Somebody's going to die. Like, we were 17 and we had already decided.
Jesus.
Somebody's going to die. The Wall was an event in my hometown. Like 80 people from that, and the group that we hung out with all made the trek to fucking the Nassau Coliseum. It was 5 fucking nights. So all of us went, to one of the particular nights. But that album came out maybe November 20th or something like that. That's all you heard. There was no Springsteen. There was no Led Zeppelin. There was no Michael Jackson. The city was infested with The Wall. Everybody's house you walked into was blown away. People were blown the fuck away as big as they were with Thriller. I'm telling you, Christmas, you were going to people's house, nobody even had Christmas music on. Everybody was blown away by the fucking Wall. And once New Year's hit, it was just 40 days. I'll never forget, like, we were like, now we're going into deep, deep territory. Acid every night, fucking formaldehyde, fucking crystal THC. It was 4 or 5 nights a week getting ready for this fucking show.
How long did it take for the album to hit? If it came out the 11th, was it like a week, 2 weeks? Like, how long?
That day! Really? Everybody was anticipating it. So he fucking did an interview where he said something about, I like playing, but I hate the fucking people. That's how arrogant Waters is. He goes, I wish we could play with a wall in between us. He made that statement like in 1975. And the name of the album is The Wall. It's about him growing up in Eastern Germany during fucking Hitler or something like that. And it's a fucking, how do you classify it, Joey? Is it an opera? Is it an album? It's a fucking work of art.
Yeah, it's in everything.
And you have to see the lead up to it. Like, they just didn't fucking take 4 years off and get a house in Jamaica and buy a pound of coke. If you look at their hits, it was 75, 76, 78, 79, and it was 4 fucking albums that will remain the greatest albums of all time. Stevie Wonder put out 3 albums and he released Songs to the Key of Life, which is fucking brilliant. I can name a couple artists, but it'll never happen again. I don't want to sound like that old guy that's putting shit down, but it'll never happen again. Look at the release dates for their
crazy thing. Wish You Were Here came out, right? That might be the most recognizable song, but it's the worst song on the album.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.